Now each of these goggles serves a good and different purpose. And 15K later.
You're the best!
Oh my God. 4 hours, 42 minutes of swimming and 15K later. Let's talk goggles after a smoothie. All right, now that's all done, let's talk swimming goggles. Now on the scale of least cushioning to most, the swimming goggles that I'll tend to go with are number one, socket rockets. They're just one step up from a Swedish goggle. It's like as basic as it gets, but it's got a little bit of rubber on the part that touches your eye so that it's not quite digging into your eye socket. Speedo Vanquisher 2.0s. These here are a little bit more cushioned. They've got kind of about 1/8 of an inch of silicone around the part that touches your eyes, but not so much that you've got just a whole mess of rubber and silicone for a gasket that's going to get in the way of swim caps and have to suction to a huge part of your eye socket. And then today, first dance out with these. These are the Aqua Vista? This is a big horker of a goggle. Now each of these goggles serves a good and different purpose. The socket rockets are about as cheap and as minimal as it gets, but they're really good for in the pool because in the pool, the chlorine is gonna just rip apart goggles. So you don't wanna be going with a really expensive $40, $50, $60 set of goggles that you're gonna have to replace every 6 to 9 months because the gaskets get chewed up no matter how much you take care of them. Contrary to what you might think, socket rockets are actually really comfortable on your eyes for about an hour to 2 hour kind of workout because there's not so much gasket all around the eye socket that you have to squish it down really tight. It kind of just sits on your eye and friction fits. That said, there's not a whole lot of give to anything here. So after the course of about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, it does tend to wear on your eye sockets and get a little bit uncomfortable. But as far as pool workouts go, this is awesome. When you have to replace it every 6 to 9 months, it's only 10 to 15 bucks. The Speedo Vanquisher 2.0s. I see the Speedo Vanquisher 2.0s on more eye sockets than anything. I think that's for a few reasons. Number one, it comes in a nice mirrored finish, which works okay in the pool, but it works really, really well in open water when you've got glare. Number two, it's not so built up that it's hard to fit onto your eye. Because it's just a small amount of silicone, the finickiness is not so difficult that it doesn't fit too many people. In addition to that, this nose bridge here, I don't want to take it off because it's hard to get back in, comes in different lengths. You'll get about 6 different options when you buy the goggles. So you can make it wider, you can make it narrower, and make sure that you're not getting pinched in between your eyes. And this gasket that's around here is probably about the exact right amount of gasket that you'd want to give you a nice balance between comfort and good suction. Good suction, comfort, and not complicated suction. This is a real meat and potatoes goggle. If you're only getting one goggle, get this, get a mirrored goggle. You're gonna be able to wear it in the pool or in open water, and it's only gonna cost you, I think, 20 bucks. Now, this big horkin' sucker, I see a lot of beginner triathletes going to something like this because they think that the more suction they get, the easier it's gonna be able to stay on their face and the more comfortable it's gonna be and the better they're going to be able to see. At this huge level of gasket, yes, I'd agree with that. It's really comfortable. You've got a huge viewing area. There is no pressure on your eye socket at all because everything is on your forehead and on your cheeks, but there's a fair bit of drag with this. So you might be saying, well, hey, you know what? Okay, Taren, I don't need to go to that quite a huge level of goggle. I'll go for something in between the Speedo Vanquisher and this Vista. That's the goggle that I'm not a huge fan of. The goggle that has like a fairly large gasket, but not so large that it gets all the way outside your eye socket. In that case, what I've found is that the fit becomes really, really specific to your face. So something like an Aquasphere Cayenne, a Roca F2, the Tier Speed something, the really cool tie-dyed looking one. They all look really sharp, they all fit really sharp when you can get them to fit, but they're very specific depending on the face shape that you've got. That's why I say this is definitely gonna fit you. You can buy it online, you can replace it a lot, it's not gonna cost a lot. Really good goggle. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this as your meat and potatoes only goggle because it does sit outside your face and it creates a fair bit of drag. There's also a heck of a lot that can get punched into your face when you're actually in a triathlon. Yeah, it happens, guaranteed. But why I ended up buying this is because, as you can see, we are doing super crazy long mileage right now for the marathon swim that's coming up in 23 days. And I figured I would give this big pillowy mamma jamma a run and see how it sat. And it worked out really well for that 5-hour swim. That said, I did my last marathon swim that was 8 hours in something that was more like this. So is this nice? Yes. Is it necessary for the $60? No. Would I recommend it as your meat and potatoes only goggle? Certainly not. To spend $60 and have it be chewed up in a pool with the chlorine, you're gonna be spending a lot of scratch, bruh. This is the first real open water swim of the year. I was jacked. Park is beautiful. This is Birds Hill Park. Hang on, I'll show you. How this swim went is I would start right here by the fountains. I would swim all the way across the beach. Then down here, as we get to the end of the beach, there's another fountain that I'd go around. I would swim around this. Come back to this fountain that I started at. Turn around and go back to that middle fountain, do a loop, and that was 1,800 meters. And that is how you fly a drone in high winds. That's my open water swimming hole. Pretty nice, eh? I'm so glad to have this drone back. I didn't think I was getting it back. The wind was pushing it out. All right, I have goggled, I have droned, I've swam. Now let's go see my buddy Super Dave. You know Dave. Dave that has all the windburn jacket and toque and swim cap that I wear. Yeah, that's Super Dave. He just got a new puppy, a lab puppy. If you don't like puppies, feel free to tune out. I love puppies. Woo, she's hot! Holy smokes, Trainiacs. That was a serious swim. And that was it. That was the swim. That was the key swim. Last week with the 13K, this week with the 15K. Next week, we'll bring it back down to, I don't know, 9 or 10. And then we're in taper mode for the 37 kilometer marathon swim in the Red River. So the amount of swimming that I did today would be... Dogs! You smell puppy? You smell puppy? Whoa! No eating grass. Gracie eats a lot of grass. I'm hitting the wall right now. You good? Alright, I guess I gotta go inside and play with these non-puppies. Later, Trainiacs.